I will do a lot of this with you, and then I'm going to do the rest. Well, 1A should be easy because you should know what kind of angle that is. If it's a right angle, what's the degrees going to be? Good. So 1A, and make sure, Calvin, you missed some of this on your math paper yesterday. Make sure you put the degree sign by it. So A is going to be 90 degrees, 1A. So go ahead and measure 1B, and then message me once you get the answer. I want to make sure you guys get these down. So measure 1B. And once you get the answers, well, let's see. Calvin, you're a little too high. Good. Charlie, yours is correct. Lotta, you're too low. So go up a little higher then. So I'll give it to you. This one is going to be 70 degrees. So 1B is 70. So you guys are really close. You're just off just a little bit. Okay. Go ahead and do D. So your angle is like this. Put your protractor on this end right here and measure that. Make sure if you need to draw a line to figure out where it is, draw that line too. But chat me when you get the answer. I guess I should move that away so you can see that. Charlie, a little too high. Lotta, you're a little too low. You guys are right, actually, like, let's see. There we go. Charlie, yours is correct. Calvin, you need to go up. You're a little too low. This one is going to be 60 degrees. You guys are off. Well, good. At least you know, yeah, you guys are like really close. And then go ahead and do E. But at least you guys aren't doing like 160. You're right on what it is. It's just trying to get the exact measurement there. So go ahead and do E. This one's even going to be less than 60. Vlada, you're off by 5. So close. Go smaller. Calvin, good. Charlie, good. Yes, so 40 degrees. So make sure you have those written down with the degree sign. Okay, so now for A and B, you guys need to draw your two angles and then divide them in half. So for A, you're going to draw 100. So what are both of your angles going to be cut in half? What's 100 divided by 2? Good. So you're going to have two 50-degree angles. So go ahead and draw and then hold it up to me when you finish it. Draw your 100 degrees and then divide it by 50. Good. Wait, Calvin, I can't see yours. See yours again. Sorry, that wasn't good for Charlie. Let me see yours again, Calvin. Good. And then good. I see your B as well. So B is going to be 90 degrees. So what's going to be half of 90 then, guys? Nope. What's 90 divided by 2? It's going to be 45-degree angles. Bless you. Once you finish A and B, let me see them both. Good. Good. Let me see, Vlada. Perfect. Okay, awesome. Now, this next section here, we're going to have to do a lot of it together. So, the first thing we need to do, 6 of the first 10 presidents were born in Virginia. So, what is our total number here? How many presidents do we have altogether? 10. So, we have 6 tenths, and then we have 2 tenths, and 1 tenth, and then we have another one. How many are in New York? So, we have another 1 tenth. So we need to make each of these into percents and decimals now. So 6 tenths. What is that going to be as a decimal, guys? 0.1. Not 0.06, just 0.6. Now we move it 2 places, so what's my percent going to be? 60, because I got to move it 2 places. So if this is 60, what do you think this is going to be? 20%, and then 10%. So let's add this up, guys. What is 60 plus 20? 80 plus 10 is 90 plus 10 is going to be... Okay, so now we have our percent. How do we figure out, if you remember, how do we figure out the degrees? What do we need to do? What do we need to multiply each of these numbers by? Good. So Calvin, let's look up here. Let's do 360 times 0.6. Calvin, what's 0 times 6? Okay, 6 times 6. Okay, 3 times 6. 18 plus 3. Good. So this here, when we do our circle, it's going to be 216 degrees. Now let's do the same thing here. Vlada, do this with me. 360 times 0.2. What's 0 times 2, Vlada? 6 times 2. And 3 times 2 plus 1. So we have 1 decimal point. So this is going to equal 72 degrees. Now this one should be easy. 360 times 0.1 is going to be 36 degrees. So both of these are 36 degrees. Now, you need to draw a circle. So either use your compass to draw a circle or just draw a circle on your paper. So go ahead. Go ahead and draw a circle that's going to be big enough to fit all of these presidents on here. Do either of you guys know what the abbreviation for Massachusetts is? Let me see. I think, isn't MA Maine? Oh, MA, you're right. No, MA, you're right. Good job, Charlie. MA. Okay, so you have your circle. Now, what does the direction say? Construct the angles that are less than what? No, what does it say on your directions? Construct angles that are less than 180 first. So let's do our 10% first. So how many degrees are 10%, guys? 10%, right here, we have it. We already wrote it down right here. 36. So draw your center circle and draw a straight line, and that'll be your first. Now, draw 36 degrees. So put your protractor on this line, and then draw a 36-degree angle. So it should be pretty small. And then your 36 degrees is 10% of New York. So that needs to go in, and once you've done that, 10% in New York. So make sure you draw that down. Good, except now inside of it, you need to write 10% in NY, meaning that it's New York. So once you have that, I saw Charlie. Let me see Vlada's and Calvin's once you finish that. Good, make sure you have 10% in New York. You have it, Vlada? Okay. And then don't forget, what do we always need to have with circle graphs? I forgot to write it up here. We need to have who remembers? A title, good. So you could say, well, we're talking about the birth states. So you can put birth states of, but I think it's the first 10 presidents, right? So a first 10 presidents. So you need to have your title up there, guys. So make sure you write this title down. Birth states of first 10 presidents. Birth states of first 10 presidents. Good, Vlada. Okay, so then next, we have another 10% what? So we have another 36-degree angle. So what you're going to do, guys, take your protractor, put it on this line here now, and draw another 36-degree angle. So do another 36-degree angle. So put your protractor on this line and draw 36 degrees again. Good, Charlie. Very good. So Charlie, if you want to, what is our next one? 20% is how many degrees? What does it say right here? So you could do the next one. Put it on your line right here, and then do your next one. So once you've done this, what do you put in it? Oh, it's 10%, and this one's South Carolina now. 10% in South Carolina. So once you've got, good, your 10% in South Carolina, now you do your 72 degrees. Good, Calvin. So now you do your 72. So put your line on here, and then this one's going to be, your 72 is 20%, which is going to be Massachusetts. 20%, good. So put 20% in Massachusetts in that, MA. And then your last one is your 60%, which is going to be your Virginia. Good. Very good job. Calvin, Charlie, when you guys are finished, let me see it. Good. Good job, Charlie. So remember, so that's the hardest part, is just you got to find the percent, and then remember you multiply by 360, and that's going to give you the degrees. Calvin, did you get it? Almost? So that should be your finished product. Lada, yours is okay. I think just make sure this line is a little more up here and not as much straight, because that's not 100. Good job, Calvin, good job. Because you don't want it to be a 180 degrees. It's supposed to be 216. Okay, any questions over section 3? Okay, I'm going to go through and make sure you have all the right formulas for section 4 and 5. And then I'm going to help you do section 7, and then you're going to be on your own, okay? So section 4A, how do you find the area of a triangle? What is it? A equals, good. So that's that is going to be 4A. Calvin, how do you find the area of a circle? Area equals pi times r what? R squared. Good. Lada, how do we find the area of a square? A equals side. That's perimeter. So just side times side. Good. So that's how you find the area. Make sure you have these written down for section 4. So 1/2 base times height. Pi times r squared. Now, guys, they're trying to trick you. B gave you the diameter. How do I find what the radius is going to be? Divide that by. Good. So what is my radius going to be for 4B then? 4. Good. So make sure you multiply times 4 squared. Okay. You guys have that written down? Lada, do you have a question? So we were doing 4B. Remember the area is pi times r squared? But what did they give you for 4B? Look at it. They gave you diameter. So we want to make sure that you got that to your 4. Okay, so section 5, you're finding perimeter. How do we find, Lada, the perimeter of a square? P equals, you gave it to me earlier. Parallelogram. Calvin, what is that? P equals, times what? Good. Now, what about a circle? Charlie, the circumference is pi times. Good. And then rectangle, guys, same thing as P equals 2 times L plus W. Good. Okay, now look at section 7. I'm going to help you with this, and then you're going to work on your own, okay? So section 7, you're finding what percent the first number is of the second number. So who remembers what I have to do with 8 and 20? I need to make it into a what first? No, I got to put my 8 over 20, remember? So when we're finding the percent of a number, you do this first. So when I reduce this, Vlada, what can I reduce 8 and 20 to be? So 2 over, what's 20 divided by 4? 5, good. Now I need to change this to a percent. Calvin, how do I change it to a percent? I take my bottom number, divide it into my top. So Calvin, how many times will 5 go into 20? 4. So I have 0.4. And then Charlie, what does that change to as a percent? Move it 2 places, so what percent? Good. So guys, 7A is 40%. Okay, I want you to try to do B on your own right now. So you're going to take your 16 over your 32 and then reduce that and change it to a percent. Let me see. Very good job, Charlie. So Charlie, go ahead and start doing section 8 right now. Do section 8 for me. So once you finish B, so Calvin, Vlada, what number can go into 16 and 32? 4 can, so it's going to be 4 over 8, which reduces to what? Okay, and then Vlada, what is 1/2 of 100? So your answer is 50%. Very nicely done, guys. Okay, we're going to do section 8 together, and then you're going to do the rest on your own, okay? So let's look at this. 1/3, what does that become? Point. Or just put 0.3 with a line over it. That's the easiest way to do it. So for 8A, 0.3. What about 8B? That one's easy. It's going to be 0.6. What is 8B? Good. Now, Vlada, what do you think for 8C? They gave you 115%. You move it 2 places, so what's my answer going to be? Good job. Very good job. Just 1.15. Calvin, what is E going to be? So, Calvin, first of all, what is 0.5%? Point what? Okay, so they have 19.5%. Now I need to move it 2 places. So, Calvin, what's my answer going to be? Yes, 195. Now, for these, we're changing the decimal, so we don't need the percent with them. Okay, same thing for 8, guys. It was 1.5%, which is 1.5%. Vlada, how many places do I need to move this? Good, so my answer, 0.015. So that's going to be 8F. Now, G. Does anybody remember off the top of your head what 1/8 equals? No? It's 3 numbers. If you don't know it, you can put it like this. 125. Did you say, yeah, 125. Good job. So 0.125 is your answer for that one. And the way you could have figured that out is done it this way. For 8G is 0.125. 8G. No, you're close. There's a couple of them like that. That one, that's 7/8 is that one. Which number, Calvin? Oh, we didn't do that one. You're on your own for that one. So we have done section 1, 2, and 3 together, and we've done section 7 and 8. So you need to do the rest of the paper on your own, okay, guys? If you need help, stay on. If not, I'll see you guys in about 7 minutes, okay? Okay, Vlada, let me turn off the live stream, and then I'll help you. Okay, Vlada, what can I do for you?